Major changes coming to Social Security this month, April 2025. We take a look at this. 4 Social Security rule changes. Number 1, we can see here larger checks for millions of seniors, and it could be as an average of $1,190 per month. Also, if we skip to number 3 here, we can see expedited direct deposit changes, meaning checks can come faster to your account from Social Security. So I'm going to let you know those 4 rule changes. Also, Cory Booker, take a listen to what he had to say about Social Security.
Congress does have a responsibility to be good stewards of taxpayer dollars. We should do more of that. I want to do more of that. I want to help lead in that fight. But none of us were invited to a table when it came to this. This congressionally established program, FDR I read, but it was Congress that established it, is now not being included in the planning or procedures to try to improve Social Security or make it more efficient or more effective. We haven't convened hearings or task forces.
I'm going to play that full video clip. That was from his marathon filibuster, standing in one spot for, I think, 17 or 19 hours. Always makes me wonder about bathroom breaks with that, but I'm going to play you that full video clip of what he had to say about Social Security, give you some other important updates as well. Before diving into the main content, if you appreciate these Social Security updates, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Social Security updates. So we're going to get into this, the 4 Social Security rule changes taking effect in April 2025 that could affect your personal Social Security. But first, let's take a listen to Cory Booker of what he recently said on the floor about Social Security and your Social Security personally.
90 years. Our country has made a promise to people that if you pay into the Social Security program your whole life, that money will be there for you when you retire. Franklin Roosevelt signed the Social Security Act into law 84 years ago. And this is his quote. He called it a cornerstone in a structure which is being built, but it is by no means complete. Social Security is still a cornerstone. It's still the bedrock, according to FDR. It's the bedrock of an edifice being built in a nation where we belong to each other. We, the people building this, that's our cornerstone. He called it the Social Security. Today, 73 million Americans count on Social Security. Millions more than that are planning on those benefits they earn being there for them. You heard from the first letters I read that people are really worried. The President of the United States stood up in a State of the Union address and talked about rampant fraud because payments are going out. All that, from conservative papers to ones on the other side, have showed that what he was saying was not true. But they're sowing chaos. They're attacking, delegitimizing it, calling it a Ponzi scheme, Doge leader Musk and the president. But 73 million Americans are counting on Social Security benefits, and 1.6 million in my state. 40% of people who rely on Social Security, 40% have no other source of income. They live paycheck to paycheck. Social Security check, from Social Security chunk. And despite mocking Social Security, causing it a Ponzi scheme that had communities like my parents, my mom's, people beginning to worry, they actually took real actions to lay off thousands of Social Security employees, making it harder to process Social Security applications and troubleshoot questions from beneficiaries. They didn't roll out a plan to say, hey, this is how we are going to show that we can do the best customer service ever. We're going to bring some of the best private sector people in to advise on how we can use technology and innovation to give the best customer service. Hell, roll in AI, do all these things. We're going to make a model of responsiveness to our seniors because we're a society that respects our elders, values them, wants them to retire in dignity and security and peace of mind. That's the big ambition. No, that's not what was said. Social Security employees, like many employees, got letters that they didn't expect, saying they were laid off. Didn't matter how well they performed. It didn't matter what function they performed. And it put in jeopardy just trying to contact Social Security if you're retiring. Just trying to contact Social Security if you need to apply for benefits. They tried to eliminate service by phone, saying that they wanted to require in-person visits, which is absurd for many seniors that don't have access to transportation or live in rural areas, because you know what they're doing also is that they're trying to close down many Social Security offices. I'm going to get to the specifics of that later. These actions are harmful enough, but they're just the beginning of what our president and Elon Musk are saying they want to do to a program that for millions of Americans, it's their only check a week. It's essential for them, and others, it's how they make their retirement secure. You don't protect the future by punishing the people who built this country. You don't fix America by throwing seniors or veterans or Americans with disabilities under the bus. That's not how we do things. That's not how we should do things. There are so many hardworking families that believed in this idea. If I work hard all my life in America, I can make ends meet, I can raise my kids, and I can retire with dignity. Congress does have a responsibility to be good stewards of taxpayer dollars. We should do more of that. I want to do more of that. I want to help lead in that fight. But none of us were invited to a table when it came to this. This congressionally established program, FDR I read, but it was Congress that established it, is now not being included in the planning or procedures to try to improve Social Security or make it more efficient or more effective. We haven't convened hearings or task forces in a bipartisan way to find out what we can do to better serve our seniors. Instead, lies are being proffered about Social Security making wrongful payments. Lies are being proffered by the highest office in the land, the most richest person in the land who does not need Social Security is calling it a Ponzi scheme, telling people who are relying on it they're part of a Ponzi scheme. But remember this, Social Security is not the government's money to spend. It's the hard-earned savings of working Americans, and it belongs to Americans. The president and Elon Musk need to keep their hands off of it. It's not theirs to take, and it's not theirs to break. Their scheme, they're the ones that have a scheme, and it's not about efficiency. It's not visionary. It's what we need in America now is visionary leaders that have bold, exciting visions for what things like Social Security can be. And what they're doing is not only wrong, it hurts people. It scares people. And not just people, our elders. The people who raised us, the people who built roads and highways, the people who served food, made food, who started small businesses, raised generations, that's who we're disrespecting.
What are your thoughts there? He still maintained a lot of passion and enthusiasm for sitting in one spot talking for 19 hours. I don't know how he could do that. That's pretty good. I don't think he broke the record of 25 hours, but still pretty impressive. But what are your thoughts on his stance about Social Security? Do you agree, disagree? We still have half the country agreeing with this type of narrative, the other half disagree. So it's really, I guess, it's more of a partisan issue than anything. So let's get into this. The 4 Social Security rule changes. Number 1, larger checks for millions of seniors affected by the Social Security Fairness Act. So this is going to approximately 3.2 million beneficiaries, and the amount that is going to be, the average monthly increase for retired workers will be $360 per month. Then we're seeing spousal beneficiaries average of $700 per month, while widowers will have their checks rise by $1,190 per month. Those increases are going to take place this month, April 2025. Also, number 2, more stringent identity verification requirements. So the SSA is adopting a more stringent identity verification procedures beginning April 14th, 2025 to safeguard Social Security records and benefits against fraudulent activity. Those who use their Social Security account to make changes like address updates and direct deposit changes won't notice a difference. But those who choose to apply for benefits or request benefit changes another way will have to visit a Social Security office in person. There's an exception for those applying for Medicare, disability benefits, or SSI. Under the new rules, you'll be able to begin your Social Security application over the phone if you'd like, but you will not be able to complete this application until you visit a Social Security office where you must present your identification for an official to verify. Then number 3, expedited direct deposit changes. So changing the bank account, the SSA deposits your checks into changing the bank account the SSA deposits your checks into used to take up to 30 days. Going forward, it'll only take 1 business day. You can change your direct deposit information in your Social Security account. If you'd rather not do this, you can request a change over the phone until April 14th. Then you're going to have to do it over the it's probably easier if you do it online. Then number 4, a return to 100% recovery rate. This is, I think, the worst one. So sometimes SSA makes mistakes and overpays beneficiaries. When this happens, it's entitled to collect extra money back from your future checks. The Biden administration capped the overpayment recovery rate to greater of $10 or 10% of your checks in 2024. For example, if your Social Security checks are normally $2,000 per month and 1 month you get $3,000, the SSA could withhold $100 from each of your future checks, meaning you get $1,900 until recouped. But the Trump administration has reinstated 100% recovery rate that was in place prior to 2024. This applies to all new overpayments that occur on or after March 27th, 2025. Overpayments that occurred prior to this still have a 10% recovery rate cap. SSI will continue to have the 10% overpayment recovery rate. It looks like moving forward after March 27th, it's going to be 100%. I guess I guess it all depends on how quickly the SSA is able to let you know that they overpaid. If it goes months or years and then they let you know it's overpaid, I think they should just let that go, let it be forgiven, because it's the SSA's mistake. Let me know if you agree with that. And that is all the news that I have for today to hopefully cheer you up a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella's tip of the day. I want to tell you that you could be anything that you want in the world. You could be, for example, you could be a veterinarian, take care of dogs, help dogs, or you could be a nurse. And you could help people, or you could be a doctor, or you could be like anything, as you want. You are your own self. You could be whatever you want when you get older. If you're older. Bye, that was Bella's tip of the day.
DOGE has changed the records for Social Security accounts for millions of them. I'll let you know who's on the list for whose records got changed under Social Security. Also, you're going to want to see this video over here as a senator. Republicans and Democrats spar in live about Social Security and DOGE and all that. You're going to want to see that video over there. Click that now and I'll see you in that video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.